On this computer. All right, awesome. So we're going to get started now. Thank you guys, everybody, for coming in. And so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Can you guys all see my screen? Perfect. All right. So welcome, everyone, to the new Coach Call. Let's see. I'm going to go ahead and play the slideshow. Excellent. So new Coach Call, super pumped, super excited. So I wanted to first begin with our mission statement. So our mission statement is to be authentic and live unapologetically, to help ourselves and others create a healthy foundation so that no matter what obstacles come in life, we stay true to the activities that keep our mind, body, and soul healthy. So I'm not sure if some of you knew that we had a mission statement, but this is our mission statement that I kind of created when probably about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, when I was like, we should have a mission statement. So this is our mission statement. And so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Dr. Stephanie Burgos, and I am the founder of Team Healthier You. And so I'm going to go ahead and just continue along with this. It's going to be really challenging for me because I'm so used to it being super quiet wherever I'm at. So, all right. So first thing I want to say is it's really important that you weigh your ego with your bank account. And what I mean by this, guys, is that you need to make sure that you stay a student. You need to make sure and realize that we understand the process and you have to trust us. And when I say we, I'm referring to the coach who signed you up. I'm referring to the leaders in this team. And so to really ask yourself, when we tell you to do something or we're suggesting that you may do something, to trust us in the process. And so this is a famous statement that I've heard at Danny Johnson. Some of us who have gone there may have heard it before, but she says this often: weigh your ego with your bank account. And then the next thing is to remain a hungry student. This is incredibly important, guys, because at the end of the day, there is a ton to learn in this business and in this opportunity. This is something that I want you to keep in mind, especially if you are more new in this business, that it took me, and I'm still learning. I've been in this business since July of 2013. I'm still learning what it requires and what it takes to be a successful coach. And I would say that it takes about 6 months, to a year of doing things consistently before you feel like things are really running smoothly. So keep that in mind if you're like, well, I just started last week, or I just recommitted for the past month and it still doesn't make sense. That's okay. It's not supposed to all make sense. And so just kind of keep that in mind and just remain a student. Have that growth mindset because that's most important. Okay, so the first thing to ask yourself are, what are your goals exactly? One thing I tell people when I meet with them one-on-one is that I meet you where you are. It's the same thing with your coaches. If you're not one of my personally sponsored coaches, that we're going to meet you where you are. So whatever your goals are, that's wonderful, but set something, write down something, decide to go after something, whether it is just your wellness or whether it is just focusing on your journey or helping 2 to 3 other people this month. That's what's going to be most important. So what are your goals? Are your goals to hold yourself accountable? Are they to maybe pay for your Shakeology every single month? Are they to earn about $400 to $500 a month, maybe, of extra income that you can add into your financial into your finances every single month? Is it to earn 6 or maybe even 7 figures? I have friends in this network and in this opportunity who earn 7 figures. So really think about that. Or is it to quit your job entirely and live a life by design as a full-time coach? A lot of coaches, I will say, work this business part-time. They are looking to really bring in extra income, and so it's an additional source of income, and it's not their main source of income. So just kind of keep that in mind. So what do we do exactly as coaches? So one thing I want you to keep in mind is that we have what we call the 4 vital behaviors. The 4 vital behaviors are this. Number 1 is that we need to be proof that the products work. So what does this mean? This means that you are getting your workout in. This means that you are drinking your Shakeology or you're drinking your performance line. You are using the products. This is the most important thing because, guys, at the end of the day, if you don't believe in the products, no one else is going to believe in the products. If you don't use the products, you can't expect someone else to use them. And so for me, when I signed up as a coach, I signed up as a coach for the discount. I signed up because I needed to get in shape. And so I needed to use the products. And it's really a win-win. How many of you have had amazing transformation with these products already? You know, how many of you have been able to get stronger because of these products? Or maybe you had a medical, a medical illness or like an illness of some sort, and you were able to get rid of it or come off of medications. We have stories like that within our team. So the first thing is most important, which is being proof that the products work. And this is something that we do every single day by doing our workout and drinking our Shakeology. The second vital behavior is inviting, inviting, inviting. Every single day, we need to be inviting people to join us in this journey. We do this by sharing on our social media. And so I'm going to go a little bit into this later on in the presentation, but just kind of keep that in mind. Is the idea of sharing your journey every single day, as well as actually inviting people to come into this community with you, to be an accountability partner. So this is something that we need to be doing every single day. The third thing is recognition, what we call recognition. So recognizing, celebrating, and reinforcing every meaningful achievement and activity that leads to results. So this is incredibly important, guys. This is celebrating the small wins and the big wins within yourself, as well as for yourself, as well as anyone that you may help or anyone on your team. This is key. So this is something that is part of our job that we should be doing every single day. And then the fourth thing is, I'm sorry, is that really loud? I can't, it's like super, can you guys hear the background really? No? Okay. It's just me because they're like right here. The fourth thing is doing personal development. This to me is the gold of our business. It is honestly why I think so many people stick around, and it's one of the reasons, it's one of the main things that I really encourage new coaches to really take on and take seriously. At the end of the day, the only limitation that you are going to have is yourself. And the way that we get over that, the way that we help our inner limitations, the way that we believe more in ourselves is by doing the personal development. And so what does this look like? This looks like in the form of reading every single day. And I know sometimes it's hard to actually physically read a book. So one thing I would encourage you to do are two things. Number one, consider getting an Audible account. Audible is through Amazon.com. A lot of us have an Audible account. It's $14.95 a month. That $14.95 gets you a book. So keep that in mind. So you're going to get a book every single month. And that allows you to listen to the music, that allows you to listen to the book as you're kind of in your car, as you're getting dressed. So kind of keep that in mind. And then another thing to kind of think about are podcasts. Podcasts are great ways to get your personal development in and to do your personal development. And we have some great recommendations that we can give you for podcasts, but just kind of keep that in mind. The next thing that I want to talk about is what we call the vital process. This is the process that you're going to kind of go through in order to have success in your business. So the whole idea is that step one, let me see, I can't see the comments, so I'm not sure. Oh, 1 second. Let's see. Sorry. Just want to see if there's anything here really important. And podcasts are free. Oh, okay. Podcasts are free. All right, where was I? Play slideshow. Awesome. Okay, so the vital process. Wait, can you guys now see? I'm so sorry. This is like the most, I am never this. Shush, play. All right, so get clients started is number one. And so the way that we do this is by attracting, connecting, and inviting people to make a decision to join our challenge group. That's gonna be step one. Step two is to help them get results. Plan and manage effective challenge groups and help people stick to their goals through belief in the product and consistent engagement. So this is in following up with your customers, really building relationships, really making sure that they see results the same way that you see results. The step three is transitioning them to a coach. This is when you have someone who maybe has fantastic results, or you see someone that's really engaging in your challenge group and you feel that they would be a good addition to your team. This is when you reach out to them and you ask them, hey, have you ever considered doing what I do? And so transitioning to a coach is step 3. And then step 4 is to develop and mentor the coaches that you have below you. So this right here is what Beachbody calls the vital process. It's a proven path that can help create success for you, your customers, and your coaches. All right. So this is where it's going to get to the meat. And again, I'm recording this so you guys can rewatch this. And so it will be a lot of information. So goals of a new coach is to create a launch post, ask for an accountability partner in that launch post, pick a program and stick to it, earn what we call success starters, advance to Emerald rank, and become a 500 PV coach. So as you can see, lots of goals, but again, it's not about becoming overwhelmed, but it's about getting excited because there's a lot to learn. Number 1, so goal 1 is creating a launch post and inviting to a group. If you have, and so I wanted to give an example here. And creating a launch post is basically the idea of, in a sense, launching that you are someone who can help someone on your social media. I know for me, guys, when I started as a coach, I never used to post on social media. I was super quiet. I was not someone who consistently shared. And the day that I signed up as a coach, I went from never posting to posting 3 times a day consistently. So kind of keep that in mind, especially if you're someone and you're just like a little apprehensive about sharing on social media. It's normal. Just kind of trust the process. So creating a launch post and inviting to a group. If you have done a program or have a actually, hold on 1 second, guys. 1 second, sorry. It's like, I'm gonna step out just for a second. Yeah. Okay, can you guys hear me? Oh God, okay. I came into the stairwell. I cannot, that was like the most distracting. It like turned into happy hour in there. I don't know, it was like quiet and then all of a sudden it turned into happy hour in this thing I was at. Anyway, okay, I feel much better now. Okay, so create a launch post and invite to a group. So if you have done a program or have a transformation, this is the example of what I would tell you. What if you could wake up one day and not recognize your body in a good way? I have been struggling with my weight since I was a child. My weight always went up and down and I was a slave to the scale. I let it dictate how I felt, but not anymore. I have been committed to my program and I feel amazing. I have lost 5 pounds and my energy is through the roof. So you can see that I'm sharing my story. I'm sharing my journey. I'm so excited to announce that I will be hosting my first challenge group. Not that it's going to be completely free. I kind of changed this part of it, but the idea, as you can see, is that you're sharing your journey and you're inviting people to reach out to you. This one is for someone who doesn't have results yet. And it's like, again, sharing a little bit of your journey, sharing why you decided to become a coach. Have you ever thought enough is enough? Well, that is how I have been feeling over the past few weeks regarding my health and fitness. I have been working so much and I have been putting others before me that I have let myself go. Can you relate? So as you can continue to read here. And so basically, again, sharing my story and sharing why, it's so important for me to commit to myself. And so at the end, I'm asking, so if you're looking to make time for you, then I am looking for 5 women to help me stay accountable. I'm so excited to announce that I will be hosting my first free challenge group because I want others to feel like I do. If interested, the group starts May 5th. Message me or comment below and I will reach out. So excited. And so one tip when you're doing this is that you always want to post a clear picture of you smiling. Okay, goal number 2 is to hit what we call success starters. Success starters is when you earn Success Club 5 or 10 in your first 3 consecutive months as a coach. And again, guys, for us, Success Club is our objective measure. Every business has an objective measure that they kind of follow to make sure that they are growing. For us, that's Success Club. And so what do you earn? You earn a free ticket to Summit if you hit Success Starters. And for someone, let's say you say, what if I signed up at the end of the month? If you signed up at the end of the month, let's say if you signed up at the end of May, then you would still have June, July, and August to hit Success Club and qualify. So something to keep in mind. So Success Club. So what is Success Club? Must have, basically you must also have 90 PV in HD in order to qualify for Success Club. And this can be in Shakeology or other home direct products such as Performance Line or a Boost, but it has to be in home direct products. And so how do you earn Success Club points? You get 2 points for every challenge pack sold to a new customer. And actually this rule recently changed where if it's been past 6 months since a customer signed up, you can get access to that. Hold on one second. Sorry. I'm gonna go over here now because I think now, I swear this is never this bad. This is, do you know where I can go that's quiet?
To be honest, like the only option we have is this, and then we have like in the bottom in the lobby where next to Starbucks, but I don't know how busy it is downstairs.
Yeah.
It might be more calm downstairs. More. You know, like in front of where Starbucks is, there's like a bunch of tables.
Yeah.
It might be calm right now right there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wonder.
There's no other like rooms. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. I might try to go right here. I think I'm better off trying to stay. It's like really hard to do this with everyone. Can you guys hear me? Okay, awesome. All right, now I'm in the hallway as now I look dark. So I know this is like so bad. All right, so how do I earn Success Club? So basically 2 points. So you get a challenge pack sold to a new customer, gets you 2 points. And so like I was saying, for every, after 6 months, for example, you can also get another set of Success Club points for a new customer if it's been 6 months since they last purchased. So that's a new rule. You get 1 point for new clients, actually 2 points for Shakeology auto ship. So that's an incorrect thing on my part. So you get 2 points for that as well. And so if you sell 3 challenge packs, that's going to give you 6 points. Let me see. I just heard someone come. Someone just came off mute. Oh, who just came off mute? Sorry. Okay. All right. And so what's the point of hitting Success Club? Basically, you earn monthly prizes by corporate and potential trips. And so some of us, for example, have been able to qualify for Success Club trips. And so something to think about. This year, we're going to Riviera Maya in Mexico. So that's really awesome. And the way it works for that is that every January, they put out the new trip. You get to sign up and register for it. And then you have the entire year to qualify and pay off the trip. So that's really cool. That's really awesome. And that has to do with Success Club points. And then you also have eligibility for Success Club leads. These are free customers and commissions given to you by Beachbody. And so one thing to keep in mind is that coaches who make Success Club every month in a period of 12 months, I think that says 12 months, in a period of 12 months makes 23 times more than coaches who do not. So this is another thing that I want you guys to kind of wrap your head around. And the idea is to become a 500 PV coach. And what we mean by that is, yes, we want you to understand that Success Club is important, but I also do not want you to go into the mindset that people are points. Does that make sense? Like, I want you to understand that it's about meeting people where they are. And so if someone, for example, comes to you and they want to try the Energize that you have, that's great, and that's a win, and I want you to feel successful in that. I think, and so just kind of keeping that in mind, and that's the idea of a 500 PV coach. Every product that we have has volume associated with it, and if you want to create a strong foundation, they have found that if you can aim for 500 PV in a month, this is over 4 weeks combined, you are building a solid foundation in your business. And so this is just ideas of what together, like what can you possibly share and sell that would give you 500 PV. So for example, if you sold 4 challenge packs, if you sold 32 Shakeology samplers, like let's say 32 people and they all want to try Shakeology, but they don't want to spend the $150, they can all try a sampler, and that'll be 500 PV. And at the end, you'll see the commission that you get based on that. You can sell 14 Beachbody On Demand All Access, which is just the yearly access for $99. So you can see here that this is kind of every product that we have has volume associated with it. So really kind of wrapping your mind around the fact that, hey, my goal every month is 500 PV no matter what. And obviously, yes, we want you to aim for Success Club, but not feel like you're a failure if you don't, especially if you are helping other people get started wherever they are. So goal 3 is Emerald Rank and Team Builder. So what is Emerald Rank? Emerald Rank is our first rank advancement in our business. And so Emerald is when you sign 2 coaches under you. And ideally, the first coach is going to be your spouse or your parent on your, what we call your weak leg. And so this is incredibly important and something that I want you guys to understand. For example, when I got started, I signed up Luke and my mom. This is really awesome because Luke and my mom are at the top of my organization. So now we have close to 700 coaches in the downline. So all of those 700 coaches, they have bought something, they are selling things. And so Luke and my mom are at the top of that tree. And so they're benefiting from all of that volume coming up. So that's why you want to put your spouse at the top of your leg, at the top of your tree, at the top of your team. And so that's really important. And so the reason why Emerald Rank is also really important is because that's when you get to really start being involved in what we call the team cycle bonus. Team cycle bonus is the residual income aspect of our business. For every percentage that is sold under you, when it comes to the other people that are placed under you, you get a certain percentage of that. So for example, let's say you have 10 people under you, downline from you, and they sell, let's say $100,000 worth of products, you're going to get a certain percentage of that just for being an Emerald Rank. And that's called the team cycle bonuses. And we get that paid out every single week. And so that's what we call the residual income aspect of this business. And so you get to unlock the team cycle bonus. And then again, you get to qualify for leads from Beachbody when you are an Emerald Rank. And then Team Builder. So Team Builder is part of the leadership ladder. The leadership ladder was created as another objective way for you to know that you're growing your business. It was benchmarks that we could use to say, okay, what is my goal? What's the next goal that I need to reach, so that I know that I'm growing and I know that I'm building my business? So Team Builder would be after Emerald Rank, and that's when you're hitting Success Club 5, you are Emerald Rank, and now you have 2 coaches under you, but they are also helping 2 people get started with challenge packs and helping people because they're getting Success Club points. So you can see that's why it's called leadership ladder, because you have to train and you have to lead and you have to help 2 other people with their business. So that would be the next goal after you hit Emerald. Then great, the next goal would be Team Builder. And again, this, you may look at this and you may say, what in the world? I just still don't understand, Stephanie. But the idea is that I want you to kind of start getting used to this language, and then you can either have a one-on-one with me if I'm your coach, or reach out to your sponsor coach and ask them to have a one-on-one with you to discuss this further. But the key thing to remember is that Emerald Rank is having 2 active coaches that are under you, and active means that they have at least 50 PV. Remember, I told you that every product has volume. So 50 PV could be, for example, Energize in the performance line, or it could be 2 Boost. Or if you're getting Shakeology, that's going to make someone active alone because Shakeology has 90 PV. So in order to remain active, that person needs to either buy or sell 50 PV. So for example, let's say you're a coach, and let's say you buy Shakeology, you're going to remain active. Let's say you're a coach and you don't buy Shakeology, but you sell Shakeology, you're going to remain active. Okay? Does that make sense? So that's how you stay active, is by either buying or selling 50 PV worth of product every single month. And it has to be every single month. And that's how you stay active. So this, again, I wanted to place this here because we get a lot of questions about this in the beginning. And again, this may sound a little confusing. This took me 7 to 8 months to understand this fully. So don't feel like, oh my goodness, Stephanie, what are you talking about? But I wanted, again, to give this diagram to you so that you understand a little bit. Because what happens is that when a coach signs up, they'll notice that there's someone placed under them as a coach, and then they get confused because they're like, well, is this my coach? Does this coach count towards my rank? But I don't even know who this person is. Who's this person who's under me? So that's why I put this diagram here. So the gold or the yellowish circles is me, and it's me and my coaches. The dark gray would be the people that you bring on. And so I wanted to show you this where I have me at the top. Let's say there's you that you can see there on the left of the screen. And so you can see that the next time that I bring on a coach and I want to place them on that side of the leg, I have nowhere else to put them than underneath you. Can you see that? Like if I go to put them on that side of the leg, I can only put them underneath you. And so they're going to go underneath you. But the key to them, remember, is that as you bring on coaches, which are the dark gray circles, they're going to fall underneath the tree as well. And so the thing to remember is that the gold circles that are under you, who are not your coaches, they don't count for your rank, but you do benefit from them in volume. So let's say, for example, under you, there's a rock star coach that signs up and they take off and they're selling like $200,000 worth of product within a year. You're going to benefit from all of that volume on that leg, on that side of your business, because that coach was placed under you. Again, they don't count towards your rank, but they do count towards your volume, and they do help count towards your ability to benefit from team cycle bonuses. Again, this can be really, really confusing, but I just wanted you to just kind of take a look at this and see. And so what we call the weak leg is the leg that you're not getting any help on. Does that make sense? So you can see that there's one leg that only you can put people over there, because that's just the way that we build in the team. And so that's called your weak leg, and it's only called your weak leg because you have to build it. You're not getting any help from it. That's the only reason why it's called your weak leg, is because you're not getting any help from your upline coaches. And then preferred placement. So you'll see here that there's a left leg and a right leg. And so remember I said to stay active, you need a coach, one on your left and one on your right. So you need 2 active coaches. And so you want to make sure that you're placing people right. So again, I'm not expecting you guys to remember all this in any shape or form, but just kind of keeping in mind, you can determine where you want a coach to be, but you have to make that preference and you have to let Beachbody know before you sign them up. So let's say, for example, you're going to sign up your mother tomorrow, but you know you want her on your right side and you know that you want her on your right leg. So what you're going to do is, before you sign her up, you're going to go onto your online office, you're going to go to monitor my business, you're going to go down to preferred placement where it's clicked there, and then it's going to take you to the next box, which is underneath, and then you're going to select the position where you want your mother placed. You're going to place her on your right leg. Then the next time you sign up a coach, you're going to place them on your left leg, and you're going to build kind of equally. When you sign someone on your right leg, you sign someone on your left leg. When you sign someone on your right leg, you sign someone on your left leg. And you can make that preference in your online office, okay? So just kind of keep that in mind. Again, you may forget and you may say like, I don't remember, I just know I'm supposed to place them. So Stephanie, tell me again how to place them. But the idea is that I want you guys to understand that you can place them. And again, just thinking ahead, this is like, I just want you guys to see this. This is what a diamond team looks like. They have 4 coaches on the right, 4 coaches on the left, and on each leg, one of those coaches is an emerald coach. So this is what we're building towards. This is our first kind of major, big rank advancement. So definitely kind of keeping that in mind. Again, this is just thinking ahead. I just wanted you guys to take a look at this. Other thing I want to talk about is team calls and the National Wake Up Call. So team calls are every week, usually on Tuesday nights at around 8 p.m. This changes sometimes. We've been doing that since the beginning of this year. We've been doing it every Tuesday night, and they're always on Zoom like this. They're recorded, and so you can catch the recording. Obviously, we want you to come on live because it's a great opportunity for you to see everyone, like everyone's here, and it's also a great opportunity for you to ask questions at the end. Every Monday at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, we have the National Wake Up Call that is also recorded. And so you can watch that either live on Facebook or you can listen to the podcast. And then some of you may or may not know, we actually have Shakeology podcasts as well. And so that allows you to gain some information and some knowledge about Shakeology. You can find all of that information in the online office in terms of the Shakeology podcast. So breathe. Okay, I'm gonna breathe because I'm like, you know, this is like me moving from like 3 different locations. Those who know me know I'm like, this is, so I'm gonna breathe. Turn overwhelm into excitement, guys. This is like, you know, just one of those things. I put this here because what I want you to understand, guys, is that overwhelm and excitement have the same feelings. And so just really realize that, again, like I told you, there's a lot to learn. Take things one at a time. And when you take things one at a time, that's when you're going to really be able to take bite-sized pieces. Hold on, there's somebody rolling through real quick. So I'll give this guy a minute to roll through. Okay, awesome. All right, so I want to talk a little bit about the roller coaster of coaching. Those of you who are on here who've been coaches, you know this all too well, the roller coaster of coaching. And this is when someone signs up and it's that initial excitement. It's like, oh my goodness, I'm so excited. And then you hit your first sale and you're like, oh my goodness. And then you get your first no, or you get your rejection, or you get your return of a product. And then you go down the slope. Or you get your coach and the coach then quits before they even do anything. And you're just like going right back down. Then you have doubt. Then you have inspiration again. Then you're frustrated. Then you go through these loops again of success club and returns and frustrations and doubts. Guys, this is what we call the roller coaster of like life and entrepreneurship. And this is just how it happens. And so again, putting this here just so that you guys are fully aware, this is the reality. And so one thing I want you to keep in mind is that it's really important for you to fill your buckets. And how do you fill up your buckets? You do this by doing personal development, by always being a student, by plugging into the training calls, by doing your 4 vital behaviors, and by visualizing why you wanted to do this. Why did you want to become a coach? Is it because you wanted to stay healthy and be an inspiration to your family? Great, focus on that. If that's all you wanted to do, great. We still want you a part of the team. We still love you. You're not any less than anyone else who may be building. You're an active participant. If you're someone who wants to, you know, bring in $500 a month, $1,000 a month, pay off student loans, go on vacations with your family, whatever that is, whatever your why, make sure that you understand why you're doing this. Is it because there's a greater mission at hand? Whatever it is, really work on identifying that and visualizing your success in achieving that. And then prepare for the holes in your bucket. So what we mean by that is there's going to be holes. That's life. There's going to be stressors and obstacles. So you're going to have fitness and nutrition slumps, right? That's where PD is going to come in. And also just kind of staying active in the challenge group. Do not go MIA in the community. I'm telling you guys, the people who have the most potential for success are the ones who stay active in the community. And the community is this team. A lot of times our challenge groups, the most active people are other coaches on our team. So so just really understand that staying an active participant is so important. So fitness and nutrition slumps, no's and rejections, that's going to be holes in your bucket. They come. Understanding that self-doubt and fear. Again, every person goes through this. It's common. Returns and canceled accounts, and then distractions. These are going to be holes in your buckets. I tell you this so that you prepare for it, so you're not surprised when it happens, so that you identify it and you say, okay, I remember Stephanie talking about this on her new coach call. This was going to happen. Let me plug into the group. Let me not go MIA. Let me do personal development. Let me reach out to my coach. Just stay connected, guys. So you posted and you launched. Now what? So send messages to everyone who likes and comments on your photos and stories. Focus on building relationships first, guys. I repeat, I do not want you sending like random messages to people like word bombing everything about your group and the challenge group and how much it costs and, you know, why it's so wonderful for them. Do not do that. How many of you have gotten spammed with messages from people? They barely get to know you. That is not what we are doing. We are here to build relationships. Plus, guys, weight loss is such a touchy subject, right? It is such an emotional subject. So do not just like, don't take this lightly. Build relationships and then learn what their needs are first and then make the recommendations. And so there's an acronym right here called FORM, which you should put in your mind as, you know, when I say kind of getting to know them. So get to know like about their family, their occupation, their recreation, and then you deliver the message. So just kind of keep that in mind in terms of like, and I'll give some ideas a little later, but just keep that in mind. So sample messages to send people. I just reached out to all the girls in the team who are doing really well. And this is what they are doing without fail. They are reaching out to people who like their messages, who like their stories, who are watching their Instagram stories, who are, you know, commenting. They are reaching out to those people. They're not waiting for them to reach out to them. They are the ones going out and making the first connection. So let's say somebody likes your photo, is watching your story. Send them a message and say, thank you so much for liking my post. I really appreciate the support. Is there anything else you would like me to post about that would serve you, right? Ask them, connect with them, get to know them, it's almost like you're doing market research in a sense. You're trying to understand, why is this person even liking this? Is it because of this, or what else can I share in order to really serve them? Because remember, guys, you may think when you're posting on social media, when you're a new coach, you're only thinking about yourself, to be honest. I mean, let's be honest. You're like scared, you're afraid, you're like, what is this person gonna think of me? You know, what are people gonna think of me? What are, they're gonna think I look fat, they're gonna think, how dare she? Who does she think she is? Whatever. Like, I've heard everything under the sun. And so when you're a newer coach, you tend to think it's about you. Really, it's not about you. It's about the other person. It's about the fact that your story is going to inspire the other person. So you need to post. This is why it's important to ask them, what would you like me to post about? Because your social media now is going to become, it's about serving, right? It's about giving value to the audience that you have. You've been blessed with an audience, serve them. Maybe they need more positivity in their life. Maybe they need someone who's always smiling. I will tell you, I smile all the time in my pictures, and you guys should all be smiling. I don't want no mug shots. You guys should all be smiling in your photos. But I get so many comments, especially when I first got started, I would get so many comments of people saying like, oh my goodness, you smile so much. I love following you because you just smile. Realize, guys, that people have so much negativity around them. There's so much negativity out there. I really look at us as light workers. A lot of the girls on the team know that already. We're light workers. We're spreading love. We're spreading light. We're spreading energy. We're spreading positivity. So getting to know, why are these people following you? So that's the message I want you to send them, again, to build, not to sell them anything, to build relationships. And then maybe you connect with them. Maybe you send a happy birthday, and then maybe on the next connection, or maybe 2 connections later, then you invite them to a challenge group. So then now let's say you post a before and after, or you share a picture of your journey and someone likes that post. To that post, you're going to send a different message. You're going to say, thank you so much for liking my post about my journey or about my before and after. I was not sure if you were interested in more information or just showing support. I didn't want to assume, so I thought I would ask. That's really harmless, guys, right? Like, that's really, really harmless. And I would tell you that about 60 to 70% are just showing support. And guess what? You know what you're going to say after that? You're going to say, thank you so much. What can I post more about to serve you? You're going to go right back to the question from before that. You're going to get some data, and then you're going to listen to your audience. But the other 20 to 30% are going to say, like, you know what? Actually, I wanted to ask you, I've been wanting to ask you, or actually, you know what? I meant to ask you and I forgot. So you never know. Don't assume. So you never know what they're going to say. So inviting, I know, can be scary, guys, but you must trust the process. I will say, when I started as a coach, I was working like 70 hours a week. I was tired. I was in the 3rd year of my residency. I never missed a day of inviting. And inviting, again, can be connecting, following up, but I never missed a day of connecting with people. So do not make assumptions of who needs help. Go for no. Why? Because when you go for a no, that means that you're planting seeds, right? You reap what you sow. Okay, the more people you talk to, the more no's you get, the more people you add to your list, more people are going to know what you're doing. Okay, and the more that people are going to start watching you. That's incredibly important, guys. The only difference between you and me is that I have a huge list of people who have told me no from the past 6 years, almost 6 years. Some of you guys are afraid to go for the no when you need the no's. That's what's going to be your yeses later on in the future. You need the no's. So start going after those no's so you can start making your list, okay? So don't be afraid. It's all part of the process. And if they say no, that's okay. Follow up with them. Follow up with them, as consistently as you can. Our consistency game in my business is on point. Like, people are always like, wow, you're really consistent. Never once has someone told me that I'm annoying them. Never once does someone say you're nagging me. I'm telling you guys, if that's your fear, be very mindful of what fears you have about what other people are going to think, because you're going to get those fears, if that makes sense. Whatever objections you fear, whether it is, oh, I'm going to be annoying, you're kind of like bringing that to you. So just be mindful of that. Trust me when I tell you that you're not bothering them by following up with them. And if they say yes, then continue with our scripts. So we have scripts for you guys. So follow the scripts. So important, guys. Look, I have spoken to coaches and they're telling me, and some of them are on here, when they first got started, they were spending like 2 hours on a conversation with someone. Like, you should not be spending 2 hours talking to one person. Not, at least if that's like your only time to work the business and you spent 2 hours or 30 minutes or whatever time you have and you've only spoken to one person. No. The idea, guys, is to, yes, connect with them, but you're not their therapist, okay? You're not their therapist. You're not gonna like solve all of their problems. So, and so just really be mindful of that. Stick with the script. So when I say the scripts, this is, what are their fitness goals? When someone comes up to me and they're like, hey, yes, I want more information, I don't go, great, here's the challenge pack. It's $140. Take a look at it. No, I don't do that. First, I say, great, I'm so excited you want to learn more. What are your fitness goals? And that's what I ask them. I say, what are your fitness goals? What have you done in the past to reach those goals? So many people tell me they've done nothing. So then I'm like, well, that's not going to help you. I speak honestly to people, guys. And that's another thing. Just speak as you are. Like if you're someone that is really direct, speak directly, because then you're going to get that type of tribe. That's who you're going to attract. People know me. They know I'm very direct. And so I tell people that. I'm like, look, I'm direct. And so this is the type of coach you're going to get. I'm not going to beat around the bush. I'm not going to sugarcoat things for you, because I want what's best for you. People appreciate that. So anyway, what have they done in the past to reach those goals? I always ask people what their height and weight is, because I just like to know. It gives me a visual of them. How much time can they commit to their health and fitness? And then do they have support at home? That's enough information. That's it. That's all you need to ask them. Maybe you can ask them, another question I like to ask too is, what's their nutrition like? So those questions, those are the only questions, guys, you need to be asking. Okay, when it comes to, with that information, you'll be able to make them a recommendation. And now it's even easy because we make the same recommendation to everyone. Before we had like 50,000 challenge packs, different programs and we would actually make a program recommendation like in the beginning. Right now, I don't even make the program recommendation. I just go with the challenge pack first. I go with the Beachbody On Demand, and then after they sign up, then I make the recommendation. Does that make sense? So I'm not sitting there saying, oh, okay, we're going to do 21-day fix, and 21-day fix is in the Beachbody On Demand. No, I first ask them these questions. Use emojis, guys. This is my tip to you. Use emojis. People love emojis. They love emojis. They love GIFs. Again, if you love them, your tribe is going to love them. So use them. They help. And then always end with a question. And then the scripts are available on our team training site. So just use scripts. And then again, after you get these questions, then you're going to make a recommendation. So ideally, you're going to leave with the all access challenge pack. Do not show the price at first. And guys, use the YouTube infomercials of the programs that Beachbody created. Beachbody created these like multi-million-dollar really great YouTube infomercials. Use them. These little quick little snippets, use them, guys, okay? You should not be trying to explain what 80-day obsession is, you know, in your own language. There's no need for you to do that. Again, it's about working smart. It's about trusting what we have. So just use the script that we have. And again, you can find our scripts in the teamhealthieryou.com website. If you guys haven't had access to that yet, we'll make sure to post it in the team page after this so that you guys are familiar with that website. So one thing that a lot of people get, because we all get them, you know those people who are like, just how much does this cost? Like, they're just like, what's the price? Like, okay, it's okay. What if they immediately ask for the price? Guess what? You're in charge of the conversation. So you say, hey girl, the price depends on the program we have, and we have several. I would love to first get to know your goals so that I can make a specific recommendation for you. Let me ask a few more questions. First, what are your goals? You see how I flipped that, right? You see how I told them why I can't just give them the price right now? Because we have different programs. They don't need to know that I'm going to recommend the same the same thing. It's just to get that dialogue, which is really, really important. And then you send them the link or put them on the follow-up list. So the way that we send the link, guys, all of you should be going to your app and making sure that you have the BB Links app. It's a fantastic way to send links and also to access the Share a Cart. Share a Cart is, and many of you may have already had an experience with this, but the idea of Share a Cart is where you take the customer's email and their full name, and you get to put in what package they want, what Shakeology they want, and then you would press submit, and then they would get that in their email, like a little shopping cart. So you get to do that for them, and that's how we send the links to people. So Share a Cart and BB Links. If you go to the team training site, in the new coach checklist, there is a video tutorial on how to go through that and access that. So follow up, and then obviously, guys, follow up if they say they're not interested. If they, even if they say they're not interested, just say, okay, thank you so much for getting back to me and letting me know. Do you mind if I let you know about a group in the future? Or do you mind if I follow up with you in the future? I would say 95% of people tell me, yes, they want me to follow up with them in the future. So keep that in mind, guys. If they say no, it's not the end of the world. It's a seed planted. And now you say, okay, great. Thank you for letting me know. Do you mind if I follow up with you? If they say yes, ask for a date. That is important. Say, okay, when would you like me to follow up with you? They may say 6 months from now. You say, great. And guess what? You go to your calendar and you go 6 months from now and you put that person's name on a day 6 months from now. I think the other day we had someone who was like, follow up with me in like 2020 or something. I don't know. Lucas, he's like, they said January 2020. I said, all right, girl, I'm gonna follow up with you January 2020. And we put them in the Teamsy, and we were like, January 2020. We put her name down, and I was like, bet we're gonna follow up with this person. So I'm telling you, follow up. So important. The money is in the follow up. I would say 75 to 80% of the money is in the follow up. That is where everyone is going to come from. Follow up. What not to do with inviting. Do not tell them the price up front. Do not cut the conversation short. Again, this is a process, guys. Get to know them, get to know their goals. Do not send the link right away. Do not send it until you have permission. And what I mean by permission, it's saying after you've already sent them the YouTube video, after they already know the price, then you say, does this, for me, when I send them the breakdown of all the information, I say, review this information and let me know if you think this will serve you. And then they say, yes, I want. Notice the words I'm using too, guys. Let me know if you think this program or you think this package will serve you. That's a bit, it's the words I use are really important. The language that you use is really important. Do you think this would be an investment that serves you, right? Do you think it's an investment in their health? So just watch the language that you use, and then they'll say yes, and then you can send them the link. And then do not make the conversation about you. Always be forming them. What if someone has a coach? That's okay, guys. It happens, and it happens a lot. Always ask if they're working with the coach. So let's say someone says, I have a coach, always ask if they're working with that coach. If they're still working with that coach, then please have them follow up with their coach. Do not spend any more time with them. That's it. They're gone. I don't care, you know, like don't like keep following up with them. They're off your list. Just say, great, I'm sure that your coach has a group. I'm sure that your coach has support. Go reach out to them. I'm sure they would love to hear from you. So that's what we say. If they are not in communication with their coach at all, then you can have them switch to you. That's what I do. Like I ask, I say, have you had any support? They're like, no, the person never talks to me. I haven't talked to them in a year, etc. All these things. You can then have them switch to you. I think that's fine. That's not a problem. And if they are a coach, if they're a coach and they're a discount coach, they cannot just switch to you. They would have to cancel their coaching account and wait 6 months before they can switch to you. This is for a coach, guys, not a customer. Okay, this is for a coach. I've had 2 people do that because they just were not really active in their business, and so they wanted to switch. They felt a better connection to me. Again, it's not super common, but it happens, and so that's why I want you guys to be aware. I'm telling you, this is long, so I packed a lot in here. So social media tips, the do's. Practice, practice, practice. Social media is all about practicing. I was talking with Hannah earlier, and we were like sending pictures to each other of how we used to post. We were laughing, we were having a good time about it because, guys, we've all been there. And we've just had lots of practice over you guys. So the best thing I can tell you is clear pictures and good lighting is so incredibly important, and apps become your best friend. So really utilizing apps. And so the most popular apps are Lightroom and Snapseed and Afterlight for editing photos, and Facetune. I'm sorry, I didn't put Facetune here, but Facetune is a huge one. These are really popular apps, and that has to do with editing. And then Moldiv is a really good one for collages. That's the one I use. The best thing I can tell you guys is that people come to you for you. They don't come to you because you're Beachbody. They can go to Amazon and buy Beachbody. They come to you because you're a hot mess. They come to you because you're a healthcare professional. They come to you because you're a student. They come to you because you love God and you're like talking about it all the time and you're still like super fit or whatever. They love you because you're dancing. They come to you because of your cats. They come to you because, you know, you're a mom of twins, whatever. They come to you because of you. And so if they don't know anything about you, guess what? Nobody's going to come to you. And so understand that this is about sharing about you. This is why personal development is so important, because that is the hardest thing for new coaches, for most new coaches to do, is to feel that they're worthy enough to share anything. They're like, my life is so boring, or like, my life is, you know, there's nothing for me to share, and just believing that they have something to offer. So my best advice to you is to believe that you do have something to share. And a lot of times it's your struggles. It's the things that make you who you are. You know, Beachbody is just one tiny component. Your Facebook should not scream Beachbody. If you guys were to all go to my page, and I encourage you guys to follow me. I encourage you to follow several of us on our team, especially for inspiration and motivation, especially your coaches, and just so that you can see. But if you were to go to my page, you wouldn't know what product I specifically am selling. You would know that I'm a wellness coach. You would know that I help girls with their weight loss. You would know that I'm about confidence. You would know that I'm a physician, but you wouldn't know directly that I'm Beachbody. And that's the secret, a little bit of a secret, right? Like it's so just understand that. So be honest and share who you are. Add value in your posts. Follow an 80-20 rule. 80% of your life, 20% Beachbody. Post at least 1 time a day, 1 to 2 times a day, guys, is suffice nowadays. This used to be different in the past, but nowadays it's about quality over quantity. Quality, guys, over quantity. Okay, so making sure that you are putting out quality posts, making sure that you're really figuring out what your audience wants to know. And right now, again, this is a business, and businesses adapt, they change. Right now, Instagram stories and Facebook stories are where it's at. So that's some place where you need to be active. And that's where it's like 6 to 10 plus stories a day, guys, of you just being yourself, being silly, you know, doing your workout, getting your energized, eating your food. Like, you are your own reality TV show now. And so keep that in mind, okay? And so post at least 6 to 10 times on Instagram. And these are people, guys, reach out to the people who are following you. And one thing that I want you to keep in mind, when I first started, I asked myself, imagine, Stephanie, Like, Randy, imagine right now you had 100,000 people following you. Like, just imagine that. What is the message you want them to have? Like, what is the message that you want them to believe and hear? You know what I mean? Like, it's not about you, and I'm not speaking just to Randy, I'm speaking to all of you, but you know what I mean though? Like, it's not just about you. Like, what is the message? If you had a platform, right? You had a platform to make a difference. And that's what this is about, guys. It's about making a difference in people's lives and really being that positivity and that light, and just really inspiring and motivating people. So really ask yourself that. And then follow up with people who like, comment, share. For example, thanks for I already went through this already. So thanks for liking my Facebook post. I was super nervous about posting it. You could say, how are you? I would tell you to go through what I was doing before. All right, so what not to do. Do not post blurry photos. Do not post dark photos. Do not post stock photos from Beachbody. I do not want to see stock photos from Beachbody. Why? Because I've done this, guys. Do not do this. And I'm going to show you I'm going to show you one, but don't do this. Do not post only twice a week, okay? You have to understand that social media is your store now. That is your storefront, okay? You must be consistent. And do not let your Instagram feed or your Facebook feed all of a sudden become a picture of you and your Shakeology cup, okay? That I do not want to see you and your Shakeology cup smiling every single day. That is not, that's not what I want you to do. And your program, unless, and I said, do not take a picture of your Shakeology or your program unless you're in the picture. So what not to do. Do not just post the products, okay? God, this is like old school stuff. But do not just post the products. This is all my posts. I didn't get a chance to put some of the other ones. Next time, for the next one, I'm gonna put some more. But you can see here, guys, I'm just sharing. This is nothing authentic. Someone can now go to Amazon and go buy Asylum because they know Stephanie is using Asylum. Do not do this either. Collages that are too there's too much going on here. And you could see it just is salesy. Again, guys, I've been here, I've done this. So again, I'm just sharing this with you. And so look, join my June 1st Summer Slim Down Challenge. Like, everything is in here. Want to win the new Pio. Again, it's like, I didn't put my Christmas one on here. I forgot to put the Christmas one because that was like classic. Look at this one, guys. This is great. You are so worth it. Are you ready to max out? It's a great photo. The photo alone would have been suffice, guys. Okay? The photo alone would have been fine. I added all this other stuff. And so do not do this in your post. Do not have the collages and have the information and have the price and all of this stuff. It's way too much. I mean, I had 18 likes, but it's just not, it's not good not to do this. Do not do this. I do not want to see a picture of a water bottle. Okay. Like, do not, I see Hannah's face. That's wild. Do not do a water bottle. Okay, guys, like, I really need you to think about this. This is not attractive. Huh?
I'm only laughing. I don't want to come off snobby. I'm only laughing because I've done this 1,000 times.
And so do not do like a water bottle, okay, guys? I'm sorry. Next time I'm gonna have a ton more. And Irene knew I was gonna put this on here. She gave me permission because I gave her feedback on this, guys. Again, when we send you feedback on your pictures, it's because we want you to succeed. Okay. And so I reached out to her and I was like, girl, you need to get rid of these like colorful patterns on your collages. Like, do not do that. Just the photo itself, clear, clean, crisp, guys. Okay. So this like collage thing with like all this stuff, there's other ways to put your personality. I know that she wants bright. I understand that. I shared with her a nice account that was bright. She has a good idea now, but this is not it. So what to do. So you can see here, it's just a nice clear image. So excited, got my workout in, getting ready for my team calls tonight and leaving in the morning, for Tony Robbins. I'm so ready to wrap my arms around some girls. Clear, guys, just a photo, good lighting. I'm standing in front of a mirror, really important. Great example of a before and after, guys. The before and after, this is another one. This is a big one for me. Before and after should just be 2 pictures, okay? 2 pictures, one before, one after. Not these like crazy collages of 6 per like box frame. You can have several, but in terms of the actual, in terms of one photo, it should just be a before and after with good lighting. And so, and notice her language, guys. Progress photos. I know my body is changing and I can feel it in the way my clothes fit, but I was honestly struggling to see a difference. She's being real, right? How many of you're like, man, I don't see a difference. You know, struggling to see a difference until I put these 2 photos next to each other. The scale hasn't moved, but the booty is growing. Positivity, guys, being real, being honest. What to do? You know, here's Hannah sharing about sharing about one of our products. It's not you don't see the digestive, you don't see Shakeology, you don't see the Power Greens, but she's talking about the superfoods here. Okay, and it's a beautiful, clear picture of her. I know that she used apps to help with this as well. And so this, guys, you guys can do this. As long as you guys take a good photo that's clear with apps, you can make it look this nice and crisp. So just kind of keep that in mind. So she says here, digestive health, not something people enjoy talking about. Did you know that I had years of chronic digestive health issues that I didn't even know I had? So she's being honest, guys. She's being real. She's sharing her struggles. She's sharing her journey. And so, think about that. Keep that in mind. What to do? Here's Chelsea, again, sharing her Energize in her hand. All of us drink Energize. We love Energize. It's like our unicorn juice. And so, and she says this 100% my mood right now? No. I'm super stressed because my curriculum project is due. I'm teaching a brand new set of very serious lessons. And I'm just overall drained. But she's sharing, guys. She's saying, look, guys, I know this is hard. She's being relatable, right? Not everybody wants to be working out. So realize that. Again, clear image, beautiful image, great photo. Another great before and after here, guys, that I wanted you to see. Before and after of Zakia. What made me want to make a change was my kids. Talking about why, she wanted to make a change. Talking about her why in her before and after transformation, and just saying, whatever your reason is, make sure it's strong enough to carry you through the whole process. And she's like, I'm happy to say that I'm my healthiest I have ever been. And she's sharing about the fact that she has hypothyroidism. Again, sharing her journey, guys. So now other people who have hypothyroidism might reach out to her because she's sharing that, okay? Here's a great one of Molly. I love Molly. Molly has had one of the biggest transformations on our team, and she shares so authentically, and she's a wonderful inspiration to all of us. And here she is sharing her before and after, just being real, being honest, being authentic. Super, super important. And here's another one I liked from Molly that shows just about the team culture. And she says, early mornings are a must in my life. And I'd be lying if I said that I haven't been sleeping in. I need to get myself back on track. So here she's showing the accountability group. Guys, if you're not on the accountability Zoom, you're missing out. It's actually a lot of fun. And it's great to kind of get into the habit of coming on and just come on. You never know who's going to be on. It's quiet. It's a quiet Zoom where we go on and we just kind of do our workout, do our personal development, and it starts at like 4:30 in the morning. Somebody's on there at 4:30 in the morning every single day, Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday, and sometimes it goes on until late in the evening, but there's usually someone on, and if not, maybe you're on by yourself and maybe somebody will hop on when you're on. But just come on and be a part of it. It's a lot of fun. And so here is Molly sharing about that. So here's a post guide, and this is one of the last posts. So again, these are ideas, inspiration posts, value. So like share motivation or inspiration from your personal development. Quotes. I'm a big quote person, guys. So quotes are huge. Value posts. What are you good at that you could share with others? What are some of the lessons you've learned in life? What are some of the obstacles you've overcome? And how can you share about your struggles in a way that puts a positive twist that you can maybe help someone else who may be going through that struggle? So really think about that. A nutrition and fitness post, and then you can also have lifestyle and personal post. Again, your mini reality show. And so really, really thinking about that. And then throughout the week, making sure that you at least have a transformation post up there. And this is key, guys. And I want you guys to really, really pay attention because not enough people do this. Even now, many of you on this call, you need to be sharing stories from other people on this team. All of you should be sharing stories from other people on this team. So collectively, we are a team, right? And collectively, we have phenomenal before and afters as a whole, as a community. Understand that you may not have progress yet. That's okay. but you have all of us that we've had progress, and you can share that on your page. Also understand that not everyone is going to relate to your before and after, but they may relate to mine or Hannah's or Chelsea's or Molly's. So you have a collective group of women's before and afters that you can use to really inspire and motivate the people on your team or the people in your audience. Okay. So, and we have some male before and afters as well. So just kind of keep that in mind. All right. So obviously this is a lot of information, how to ask questions, guys. I really encourage you guys to ask questions in the team page. This is important, guys, because if you have a question, I guarantee you like 20 other people in the team have the same question and they're just not asking it. And so keep that in mind. Plus, you're more likely going to get a faster response because someone's always kind of on there scrolling through. And also, if you know the answer to a question that's being asked, answer it. Like be an active participant. If someone asks a question that answer the question. If you genuinely don't know, then just kind of stay tuned. Put a little dot in the comments so that you can learn about it and you can stay up to date. That's what we do. When you guys see us putting dots or put following, that's because we want to follow through with the question. We want to see what the answer is because we don't know. We want to learn as well. So Google and YouTube are fantastic resources. And then asking in the team page. And then if you're in a small group messenger pod, which most of you are, you can always ask him there. And then finally, reach out to your coach or it all depends, but just try to first see if you can find the answer and but I would definitely have you guys ask in the team page. And then last thing I wanted to kind of just touch on again, because there's a lot in this call, is the idea of a power hour, guys, because there's a lot to do. And the key thing to remember here is to work from a list every single day, ideally would be what we would encourage you to do. And so I know people who've worked this business in the beginning for an hour a day, 30 minutes in the morning, 30 minutes in the evening. And they were only able to do that because they worked from a list and they stayed focused. And so working from a list means, okay, for example, that you need to follow up with 10 people, that you need to invite 10 people, that or 10 may be a lot for you as a new coach. So maybe it's 5 people. You pick a number that is manageable for you, right? It's about what's manageable for you. That's the beauty of this business. You go at your own speed, period. Okay. I want you guys to understand that. And one thing that I tell coaches when I talk to them one-on-one, and I'm going to say that here, and I'll say that kind of here as I'm sharing this, is that one thing that I say to all of my coaches is there are no expectations of me to you when it comes to this business. And I want you guys to understand that because I genuinely mean that. Whether you sell anything, it does not, it's not something, you're not going to disappoint me, okay? I want you to understand that because I genuinely mean that. You're not going to disappoint me. It's your business. However, my expectation of you is that you will hopefully use our products to get an emotional and physical transformation. That's what I care about. I care about you getting your results of an emotional transformation and a physical transformation. Okay? And I want you guys to understand that because that's really all I care about. And I want that, and I say that so that you take that pressure off of you that you're disappointing someone, okay? You're not disappointing anyone. I want you to live your best life. I want you to be healthy. I want you to grow your mindset, and I want you to go out there and inspire others. I know that if you focus on your health and your wellness and you focus on using our products every single day and you allow this to transform you, you will stay and you will be a part of our community because it will transform your life, okay? So just kind of keep that in mind. So next steps. Oh, I'm thirsty. Pick a program to commit, a lot of talking. Pick a program to commit to and pick a book to read for personal development. For those of you on this call, in March, we're going to be doing a new team training, a coach training for March 5th for new coaches. And so you guys can all be a part of that. Also in March, we're going to be reading The Slight Edge. So everyone write that down, the book, The Slight Edge, because I would encourage you guys to order that on Amazon so that you can read it, so that we can read it collectively as a team. So that's what our book is going to be. Share in your coaches challenge group. So make sure that you're posting and sharing consistently. If you're in the Spring Forward group, make sure you're in, you're posting there. If you're in Jacqueline's group, wherever group you're in, make sure that you're sharing and being an active participant. Super important, guys, to be an active participant in your group. Do not be someone that just kind of like stands there and not do anything. Like, the more you give, the more you receive, right? That's how I live my life. That's what I believe. So give to others, like and comment and be active and be an active participant so that when you share, you want people to love on you, right? So just really keep that in mind. Have fun. That's what I want you guys to do. And then if you want to build and you want to learn more, there's tons of resources, and your first big resource would be the team training site. And so the team training site, and I'll write it right here so that you guys, it's www.teamhealthieryou.com. That is the team training site. And I will post a password in the team page. I'm not going to post it on here because this is recorded and this is going to be posted on YouTube publicly, so somebody will watch this. But the password, it is password protected. And so when you do go there, proceed with the coach training on the site. And then you can also, actually, you know what? I can put it in the, what I can do is put it in the messenger box here. That won't get recorded. And so let's see. So I'm putting the password in the messenger box for those of you who don't know. And so that is the password. So for the teamhealthieryou.com site, and then proceed with the coach training on the site and go to new coach training. The new coach checklist is where you would go. Okay. All right. I think that is it. I believe in you, and you guys have what it takes, every single one of you. And thank you so much for your attention. Let's see these questions. That was like the most, let's see. And guys, we're gonna be doing team training so that you're aware. One thing I want you guys to keep in mind is as you guys grow your team, this is a resource to them as well, okay? You're not doing this alone, okay? So as you know, our team training sites, these team calls are all a resource to your team. We're all one team. And so every 2 weeks, the goal is to have a new coach training call. So if you guys want to hop back on in 2 weeks, you guys are always welcome to do that. And if you ever want to run one in the future, you'll have the slideshow and everything. You're more than welcome to do that as well, to kind of build on your leadership. But let's see okay, let's see what the questions are. My brand new awesome coach should be popping on. If you do not have Audible yet, you can get your first book free. Yes, that's very true. If you don't have Audible yet, you can get your first book free. If you would like a book that I have in my library, I'd be happy to send it to you. So that's Hannah. And let's see. PV means personal volume. Not sure. Yep, exactly. Thank you for clarifying. And sending those messages for feedback can be one hell of a confidence booster. If you are genuinely sharing, yeah, that's true. I didn't think about that too, sharing that as well. When you do ask for feedback, they're really like, you're doing great. Like, I love what you're doing. So it's really, really great. And then photo editing tutorial. Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. So one thing that we're trying to do more of also over the next couple weeks and months, guys, is that we really want to emphasize photography and editing. And we know that it's a learning curve. And so I've asked a couple of the girls, you know, when they can, to do little small video tutorials so that you guys can see how they edit it with the apps, because I know it can be a little bit of a learning curve to use the apps. And so just kind of keeping that in mind. So as you see them, take a look at them because they are really good information. And again, find your style, guys. What I love about this business is that your style is what's gonna rule. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty. So, you know, some of you, you know, me, I'm a dancer. I put hip hop music and trap music and like reggaeton, like people, that's the type of music I listen to. I dance to it on my social media. I know Candace dances on her social media. Like, you know, they just be who you are, you know, but what we're saying with the photography and everything, it has everything to do with just stepping up your game. That's all, you know, and we can always be improving and stepping up our game. And yeah, awesome photo of you too. Does posting on IG story get more viewers? What is a good app to blur the background? So you can blur, Serena. Hannah uses defocus. You can also blur on Facetune. If you have Facetune, Serena, you can also blur with the defocus. There's a defocus in Facetune, or I think it's called defocus on Facetune. But there's a defocus, and then you would just like use your finger to blur the edges that you want. And then does posting in IGs get more viewers? So on IG, it takes time to build your viewers. And so the more consistent you are and the more that you grow your following, the more that people will be following you on Instagram. It's the same thing on Facebook, guys. On Facebook, the more consistent you are, the more people will follow you on there as well. If you do have a Instagram account and it is not a business account, you can link your Instagram stories so that it automatically goes to your Facebook stories. And you do that in your settings, okay? That's only if you do not have a business account with Instagram. If you've already switched to a business account, which is fine, if you already have, then just stick with that. But if you have not, take advantage of that, because I wish I could do that. Because right now I manually will transmit, the photos from the videos from Instagram, and then I upload them onto my Facebook. And so, awesome. Any other questions, guys? Any other questions? I'm sorry that it started off a little weird. It's usually not like that.
So Steph, what are you doing starting on March 5th?
Oh, so we're going to be doing a new coach training. So it'll be in a Facebook group. And so it's going to be the other girls on our team, and we're going to be taking the coach basics and sharing in a day-by-day type format. So
Okay.
kind of just like it's going to be in a separate group, and it'll have like kind of our spin on it, kind of sharing.
I got it. And then
it'll be about 3 weeks. So it'll be Monday through Friday, and on the weekends you'll have time to catch up. And then in the team page, we're going to be reading The Slight Edge. So it's in the team page, we'll read The Slight Edge together. It's a great book to read overall as a team. And so that's what we're going to be doing in March.
Okay.
And then let's see what else planned for March. I think those are it. And then every Tuesday we have a team call at 8 p.m. in March, same time. They're all planned already. So every Tuesday night at 8 p.m. And then every 2 weeks we have this. So in 2 weeks we'll have another one of the new coach calls. And then in March we'll do 2 coach sneak peeks. And those are every 2 weeks as well. So I believe the next one, so you guys can put it on your calendar. And a coach sneak peek, for those of you who are unfamiliar, is basically a group on Facebook where we share about coaching throughout the day. So we share videos and stories. And so it's a place where you can put your prospects into there and allow them to see all of us in the team. And so that they can, feel the collective energy. So the next one is March 8th, Thursday, March 8th. And then it's every 2 weeks from then. So it's been every 2 weeks since the beginning of the year, but now, so March 8th is the next one where we'll have a coach sneak peek. Let me see. Anything else? Any other questions? The sneak peeks, yes. Good question. Are they only on Facebook? Yes, they are only on Facebook. However, there are coaches who will run a sneak peek through their stories, for example, like a day in the life of the coach. So that's something, to consider. Obviously, we can't all be in your stories, but that's a way for you, something to consider. But for now, they're only on Facebook, the collective ones from the team. Because I know there are people who don't come to Facebook that much. So, anything else? Any other questions? Awesome. Well, thank you guys for your attention. And yeah, thank you. And I will post this recording, or maybe I'll just record it again, but I'll post a recording. I'll post a recording. All right, guys. Have a good night. Bye.